does come to crowd control, but you have two top picks in those. As we're hovering in Ivern, and it is going to be locked in. You've got 280 carries. You've got the chance to support them in that way. And I don't know. It feels like to me, Wolf, that Top Esports is reaching a little bit with some of these picks, but definitely some interesting picks to come out here. They are not necessarily one that I was expecting.
Not one that I was expecting. I think it's great with a lot of 80 carry picks.
As, you know, the fans have come out once again for this matchup. We saw them yesterday with BLG T1. We got LCK up against LPL in the GENG versus Top Esports matchup once again here tonight.
A lot of Korean fans in the audience, I noticed. You know, taking a little bit of a trip to Riyadh, get to watch some T1 GENG games. And it is really fun to see, again, traveling fans as well for these teams. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Top Esports' comp in isolation. I just feel like it ends up having some big weak points. The Mordekaiser's impact in team fights is going to feel a lot less than what we're going to see from the Cassante. I think the Karthus' ability to help blow up targets is going to be really, really important when we get to the late game. Ivern's shielding will similarly be impactful, but it really just depends on how this comp shakes out, because in terms of engage, they have a bit of a Mordekaiser grab. It's just Leona. You know, you can, of course, trigger seed. You can set up some roots with Tian here on this Ivern, but it's a bit opportunistic, so concerned about how that's going to go. On the other hand, Lehens can be a big problem for this Ivern later on when he's trying to secure vision, when he's trying to, you know, look for objective control. Because Analyst is just so good at getting on top of this pretty squishy, immobile jungler.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the team fights, it's going to be, I think Top Esports, if they can get ahead, you know, set up some brushes, Lehens is going to hook the wall. That's not what you like to see, as he is going to flash away. Not the best play I've ever seen, but he is going to barely get away with it. Does get the flash out of Jackie Love, funnily enough, so I suppose it's worth in the end.
Yeah, I mean,
Field. So at the end of the day, it does feel like 369
is a pretty good
spot. But yeah, as you mentioned, here comes Canyon, level 4. I feel like 369 should know this timing, but he is on the wrong side of the fight. As he does have his flash, will he even bother to use it is the question. That's a big shield, but now he's going to go for the flash. Lands that Q on a boat, and maybe a chance, but no, it will be first blood over to Canyon on the Karthus already.
Yeah, a bit of a misread, 6-9, and you know, you start to really feel like maybe some of the damage going to the shield there, that quote-unquote poor trading for Keen might have been intentional. He falls for it. Meanwhile,
now trying to get in onto Paze. That's going to be a really excellent trade here for Jackie Love and Mako. As
Power Spike with that item buy. Canyon, level 5 here, going to come over, level up on Tian for the moment, try to take away one of these grubs, will be successful. Does not have mid prio, so even though he has a 2-level lead here, let's see if he actually wants to commit to this. As CHOVY's coming up.
I mean, CHOVY is coming up. Now they are thinking about just moving away from this one as 369 does come down. Looks like there was a wave into that top turret, and Canyon says with this entire game.
Certainly true. Lens and Paze looking for a potential bit of damage here on the Leona.
Yeah, the Mako is going to go in. There's the cleanse. Paze actually very good for his sake that he dodged that Mystic shot from Jackie Love. Otherwise, might have been dove here, as that is another nice trade going the way of Top Esports' bot lane.
Ooh, close call there.
Yeah, we still do have the barrier and the flash back for Jackie Love,
as he would otherwise be in the early game here. So something to keep in mind. Just maybe the Merc treads to start and then he swaps over. But even still, that is going to actually impact how he will be able to fight some of these early to mid-game fights. So one small edge they will get on that top side. And they will get some additional resistances, of course, from this first Mountain Drake as well. Hens wants to try to make a play here potentially, but there's just no angle.
Yeah, I think he should have known, of course, with the ward in the pit that the dragon was happening, maybe looking for the punish. PvP. They just want to play PvE. They just want to hit the minions. Uh-oh. Speaking of which, Keen is going to go PvP here against the Mordekaiser, but it is just a flash at a 369, and Keen will say, okay, I'm good with that.
One more turret shot would have been a huge. Meanwhile,
yeah, that's going to be a lot, but that is into the Nautilus as, okay, that didn't hit anyone from Paze. As now the flash stun comes in, and Paze has to flash away, as once again, Top Esports doing a huge amount of damage to the GENG bottom lane, looking to take down Paze, but they will not be able to. As Mako, oh no, he is so low, and the kill comes through. Paze, he turns it around with the help of Canyon, as they step just one step too close.
That's my boy Canyon. He doesn't even have to make an impact. 2 kills going over. Paze doesn't use his cleanse either. Meanwhile, he's doing something. He's like, I'm impacting bottom lane, I'm impacting top. And he's going to be able to help take away at least one of these grubs, as I don't know if Top Esports should really look to fight this. Keen rotating over with the TP.
Yeah, I mean, 369, he's just in there by himself, and yes, he is in the death chamber trying to take down Lehens, and he should be able to. Can he be punished afterwards is the question, as a knockup comes through. The all-out not ready, though, for Keen, and now Aru comes down onto Keen. He's got to flash away. Way too many members here of Top Esports. They weren't expecting this much pressure as Cream. He's like, oh, yeah, that's Cassante. I'm not going to be able to kill him, but it is Top Esports that get a minor win here in the top river. So looking for a bit more, actually. Mako going in once again, making a huge impact on this first pick, Leona. As well, the fighting will finally end.
It will finally end. It looked really good at the outset, but that ultimate there from 369 actually ended up being a big game changer. Bought a ton of time for Top Esports. Those additional stats he picked up after he took Lehens out as well. And Keen, a bit far forward here.
He is still Cassante. He might actually kill Mako, but no, it is just going to be the pull in from the Mordekaiser. And that is going to be a nice kill over them. I do think that Mako got it somehow. And Unit are going to be very confident to try to take this over. Now, Pays is pushing mid. He'll get some mid prio here for the team. But it does look like GENG don't want to fight over the Rift Herald. They say, okay, you can take it. And that should be a win over at Top Esports.
And in these types of moments, too, if you don't have the control of that choke point, if you don't have the ability to set up some damage, Canyon isn't going to be able to do a whole lot unless he has, you know, again, the ability to get forward and poke. But there's just so many ways to shut him down, burst him down when you don't have that advantage. Your Felios isn't quite online yet. He was late to the party, decides to go mid. They will grab that Hextech Dragon. It is going to be an Ocean Soul.
It's nobody top for Top Esports currently.
Yeah, I might have to use 2 TPs to try to make this play, but it is a really good macro read here from GENG, getting some additional damage done. Herald's going to be dropped, and Keen probably just going to have to use that second teleport I was mentioning here. If he walks down super slow, as we do have a fight up here.
Lehens, once again, in the death chamber, has to throw down that death charge. And it is going to delay enough so that 369 won't stick around, knowing that there's a big GENG presence in the top side of the map. But there's still this huge push down on the bottom side for Top Esports. They should be able to get this inner turret unless Keen can do something about it.
Yeah, and Keen decides not to teleport to stop the outer push either. No rotation down as they try to make a play topside but fail. So yes, Chovy gets 1 turret, but they get 2 out of the Herald. And they're really keeping this gold.
It's a little bit of a sleepy one, but I still do feel like, you know, both teams will benefit in their own way when we do get to the later stages of the game. I do personally favor GENG. I do think that their front line on the top side, or rather for Top Esports, not that great. Although this stun is going to be huge onto Canyon. He has to flash away, and now he's in a lot of trouble. He's just going to try to die here and throw down the Requiem maybe. As there it is, it should be a lot of damage, but eventually the redemption comes in, everybody's topped up, and now Top Esports thinking about where they want to go from here.
Yeah, I mean, the redemption in these types of moments is just so high value. It just counters the Karthus ultimate completely. And Canyon was just greeting for first strike gold. You know, he steps way too far forward. He's trying to put some poke down, fight for the neutral here, but ends up being punished. And yes, they can try to take out this mid turret, but it is going to be in exchange for the second dragon. And even that mid turret, I mean, still relatively healthy here, is something that GENG can't get. And with that outer down, there's no value to be found in a side lane. Can't even punish the lack of teleport here for 369. And once again, Top Esports play this painfully slow, but incredibly effective and efficient of these objectives. Once again, they're the ones who get the dragon. Mako, though,
he is very tanky, but, you know, given enough time, he should be going down. Chovy, though, over the wall with the Valkyrie. Is maybe a bit over-aggressive, but he says, okay, I've got an angle here. Doesn't look like Top Esports can really punish that kind of crazy maneuver, as now, you know, Mako maybe trying to take a look at the Baron. And that's going to be the start of the Baron. GENG say, okay, we've got enough value here. Let's just go for it. And take a look at the positioning right now of Cream and Jackie Love. They're not here as the TP is available for Cream, but will they actually go for it? It just comes down to a smite fight as it goes to the Corki. Chovy will take it down, and now the fight going the way of GENG as 369. He's got Lehens in the death chamber, will be able to take him down, and Mako is going in, trying to open this one up, but he is being shredded down. But now a lot of low health bars here on the side of GENG. We're looking for Top Esports to jump on in. Cream looking for a bit more, but they're only going to get the 1 kill for now. As long as they avoid the grab, that is going to do it. It is 4 Baron buffs and the Baron to GENG.
It's just a 5v5 ARAM here in the mid lane fighting for prio.
Yeah, Cream did just pick up that BT, so Trying to utilize that timing, I suppose, to go for a big team fight here. Bit of poke damage already done by Top Esports. I love the vision toggle here saying, okay, there's a ton of rushes up for the Ivern, and it is somewhat countered by the wall, but still going to be very annoying for GENG to pull through as Daisy is going to go down. The hook goes on to the Leona. That's not the target you want, and GENG slowly being chipped away and pushed away from this fight.
This brush is getting so much value. Pei's going to have to cleanse.
Yeah, he's going to have to cleanse. It's being pulled and then immediately rooted by the Ivern, so it's a lot utilized by GENG. They have to back away.
If you don't have prior, you can just kind of leapfrog your way forward with these brushes, and if GENG can't see you, they can't hurt you. Here comes the Requiem.
Yeah, it's going to throw that down. Already a nice amount of damage. Now they're engaging on a Mako who does have to get away. The smite does go to Tien, so that's a second Ocean Drake now to the side of Top Esports as 369 gets on the CHOVY and puts him in the death chamber. Meanwhile, the fight is going on to Mako. So much damage into Leona, but that's amazing for Top Esports as Mako will survive. The trigger seed comes in for Jackie Love as he ease into the team and immediately dies. That is not what you want to see from Jackie Love.
Why in Jackie Love? Down he goes. Pei's at full health as they try to chase him down here. Meanwhile, Keen.
They should be able to take down Keen. He is just way too low. Lahens and Pei's being baited into this fight as well. Another hop comes forward and Top Esports are winning this fight all the way. The shutdown goes to Cream, and that should be the Baron as well.
Jackie Love knew all along, doesn't matter, I'll sacrifice myself for the second AD carry.
Yeah,
Cream
truly.
baits GENG in, and Cream now with 4 kills on this 3. They can take this Baron down with ease. If they time it right, which they absolutely will with the death timers here, they should be able to get 5 Baron buffs out of this. GENG, on the other hand, going to have to lick their wounds and return. It looked like a good fight for GENG at the outset, but unfortunately in this one. But one pick onto an AD carry, like you said, is just not enough.
Yeah, and right now Top Esports trying to collapse here onto Keen, who is quite tanky. But I think with the amount of damage they have, it should be enough, as he's just going to be caught out and down he goes. And Top Esports getting so much value.
Esports ends up being a big fail there, though. Respawning here shortly with teleport.
I mean, look at the vision control. Like, we can't even see it. GENG can't even see the brushes. But now they're like, okay, well, we got this part. How about the next part? As they put down a wall, that's really going to help. But eventually that does go away, as they're just being poked out all the while. They can't get into this one. It's Ocean Soul over to the side of Top Esports. They get the flash out of Canyon as well. Mako will definitely trade that flash. And Top Esports, you can see they're already backing away. They're already disengaging, so it doesn't really matter all too much. And the bot inhibitor down with a minute until Baron is just going to be so much value here for Top Esports. They have total control of the map right now, as this keeps being shown, and it is very important to note that with those Ivern brushes, it is very difficult to see exactly where Top Esports are.
They got Daisy.
Well, it's a blind hook, and they're going to find Mako. That is a lot of damage into the Leona, as Mako is going to go down. Lahen's a second time going to hook the turret, as now they're looking for a bit more. The Q3 is going to miss. That's the hook onto the Mordekaiser. That's now in the death chamber. Lahen's in a lot of trouble, but you see Joby, the rest of the team trying to get in the back line. It's not going to happen, and this Mordekaiser is insanely huge, as they will also get the Cassante, and that is that front line that they were looking for. Pei's is too low. Cream is jumping into the fight. He is jumping into the base, looking for the end of this game, and I think Top Esports will get it right here.
I think they absolutely will. A dominant performance here. Requiem will delay the inevitable. Not even. Chovy trying to do his best to clear this wave here. Cannon still alive. Good flash.
Yeah, he is trying to stay alive. I mean, this wave was not cleared, though, and that is going to be the end of it. As the wave even coming in from the bottom side. Top Esports, a huge first game win going their direction in this best of 3.
Clear, but can be super problematic later on if you're not ahead and you don't have map control to actually be that. You have a big ultimate, you have big burst and follow-up to something like the Leona engage, but it's very tricky. Hovering the Varus for just a moment, teasing us that Ash Varus lane.
Yeah.
Ballista as well, you know, saying...
It's a lot of strong double AD carry comps that are available, but that's kind of like harkening back to an old meta. I actually feel like the Braum from this comp of GENG is also insane. It is S+ tier with, you know, TF Leona alone, but also just everything else to support.
Ascent to MSI, this will only be the second time Jackie Love plays the Ashe pick, but it's a pick we've seen him play a lot in the past. Obviously, a player with a long story like he has. As mentioned on the desk earlier, you know, that Pei is a very young AD carry, quite storied early in his career, but Jack will have a lot more experience. Has a ton of experience on the Ashe across multiple different metas, playing with support Ashe alongside of him. I think is going to do a lot with this champion. And it might surprise people to hear that it's the first time Canyon's played Lee Sin since the summer season started as well. It's a pick that he has relied on a lot in the past. He's one of our best Lee Sins in the LCK, alongside Owner, longtime jungle rival. But yeah, definitely the bigger impact you were kind of alluding to here with this pick. Not going to sit back and farm, but we'll try to get his lanes ahead. As top Esports, a little bit of invasion here at level 1, but not going to heavily...
Yeah, Tan trying to coming in here. He's going to get that control ward down. They are looking to dive Keen, but Keen is full health, so especially with exhaust, I think it might be difficult, but let's see how this one does go. Gold card held, and the exhaust not going to be utilized. Just stuns the Rumble, but that is not going to be enough, and Tian just tanks it up perfectly. His first blood to 369.
And nothing really Keen can do. They're holding the exhaust for a really long time there. It's not going to be enough of a slow to actually prevent the take, as Canyon's trying to go for the stop.
He's going to get in there, but he finds himself in a 1v2. He has to flash away, and he misses the Sonic Wave as a stun potentially to come through, but maybe on cooldown or out of range. And Tian and 369, just massive value in the 2v2 here.
Oh, insane. I mean, that was optimistic from Canyon to say the least. Doesn't have ult, of course, at level 5, and stopping the backs. If you could stutter them, you know, where one back is stopped and the other isn't, you win that 1v1. But 1v2, it is how well Ashe can control this matchup, this 2v2 with the Braum. It's going swimmingly.
Yeah, definitely feeling pretty good down there at the moment. And Tian's going to just start up the Dragon himself, knowing that Canyon is nowhere in the vicinity. And they have the push on bottom, so should be the Hextech Dragon going the way of top Esports. GENG get 3 Void Grubs. As now Canyon, no flash. He's going to get over the wall. 369 doesn't have flash himself, but Canyon in a very awkward spot.
Keen does have ult available here. Doesn't necessarily need it.
Let's go gold card, but Canyon is just dead. Yeah, there's just no way to get out of there. It just gets caught by 369, who's 2-0 on Rumble already.
And ahead, and he's not under any kill pressure, so he doesn't care.
Uh-oh, Chovy, no flash. He is just dead. Just going to get Sejuani ulted to the face, and Lehen's nowhere for him to go either. He's got a flash himself, but the damage comes through, and the Phosphorus Bomb picks up a double kill for Cream.
I mean, you know, it's been a few years since I've been the guy to call the games over early, but this one is Summoners expended out of top Esports for the play.
Yeah. It's just the value of this composition shown very early on. I mean,
speaking of,
you get one pick. Chovy's just dead again. I mean, there's nowhere for him to go. He doesn't have flash. Lehen's like, well, sorry, buddy. Nothing I can do. I didn't block the arrow, and you're just dead. And performance in game number 1. I do agree. But here in game number 2, GENG are also not having a great one, as Lehen's trying to get the flank here on JackeyLove, but he's just going to pick up the kill, and maybe he does go down.
TP as well. Like, JackeyLove maybe saved here.
Yeah, I mean, the kicks should come out, as JackeyLove will be in a lot of trouble. Can they trade anything back? Yeah, Lehen's is going to go down. This is still a one-team fight for top Esports, rather. Yeah. And they're just getting more and more value.
Now, at least King can get some plates, because he hasn't got to teleport Valdez. We've got the money exactly where you want it. As top Esports, this is a disastrous early game. Not one that isn't recoverable from, but the way that top Esports played, how oppressive they were in game 1, GENG fans definitely feeling a little bit stressed.
Yeah, and you know, top Esports, incredible first game, but now they're playing an incredible second game. They have so many tools to do it. JackeyLove, immediate cleanse. Very nice, Captain Jack himself. He's just going to get out of there. The poke is coming down, and top Esports just weighing their options here. Now they're just going to throw everything into the Leona. They take him down, and that'll be huge, as yes, the Dragon does go the way of GENG 10. He's going to flash away. Cream has to do so as well. And finally, GENG do get something, but top Esports, they didn't even have the Rumble.
This next fight may be the game decider if GENG can't figure out how to set up for an angle. And Keen's ultimates, where have they been? We haven't seen any impact of this losing lane Twisted Fate into the Rumble. And it's all been because Tian put the pressure up there. Mako went up and put the pressure up there.
Unfortunately, that's the way it goes, right? You know, the TF falls behind, and then he's like, well, I'm just a 80 carry that's behind against a super fed Rumble. What do? I just sit back and try to farm and try to catch up, but he's not going to have an impact in this game for a very long time. And
if at all.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how top Esports, if they don't fall behind in lane, they just have the God comp, and well, it's the God comp. Just kind of sending it in. As now Tien, okay, bit of a mistake. He's going to get in there. He is incredibly tanky. And you know what? He doesn't give a damn at all, as he is going to live through all the damage of the 3 members of GENG. And he survives with 14 health, as he does get over the wall as well. I thought maybe he was going to die at the very end, as Cream in a very rough spot does get shut down by Pace. But man, Top Esports are really clapping him now.
I mean, but Jackie Love not even needed, but he was there just in case. Yes, they get that trade back kill.
Oh boy.
But look at the damage.
And again, 369 wasn't even there. He was just hanging out in bot lane. He's like, I'm just getting fed, guys. I have enough kills. You guys can maybe get some kills. As now, very nice start here on a Jackie Love, but the Braum trying desperately to hold the door. As the gold card does come down, Mako in a bit of trouble himself, has to flash away. And finally, GENG do get 1 pick, but again, still very far behind, looking for a bit more, trying to get this mid-outer turret as Top Esports are pushing bot.
Bottom inner here going to go down. Meanwhile, they can't get the mid turret off of the pick. At least they're able to get the pick itself, but small victory here for GENG, but we're still sitting at a huge amount of gold here for Top Esports, but we're not having that discussion for a few more minutes.
You can tell they're like, huh, maybe we can do the Baron. Wait, it's not here. And, you know, Cloud Soul is actually going to be excellent for their composition, just finding more and more clean engages. Denying movement speed from the side of GENG as well is going to be extremely important, as it does look like Mako is going to drive this straight into the turret. Via's Braum should be totally fine here. And Tien over the wall, looking for an angle. Lehens only level 7, and again they're going to get on top of Lehens, but they do dive under the turret, but it does not matter. The damage does not get traded by GENG, as that is just going to be a dead Leona once again.
I mean, it's Ash Sejuani up in Top Esports. I mean, you have this much map control, you can just sit on Raptors. We've seen so many Sejuanis do this. Canyon's done it a million times. You can see Leona.
Yeah, I feel like their one angle is you still have to find picks and just hope you've got enough damage with Chovy and Pace. If that doesn't work, you don't really have much of an angle. And that also relies on Top Esports making a big mistake, making a big error. As you see, Canyon, somebody's got to check it. Somebody has to get in. As now this time the Leona pretty tanky, but the equalizer up top. Mako is super low. As 369 still looking for a bit more. Pace is going to be isolated on the right side of this fight, but they do back away. GENG holding on for dear life in this game.
Yeah, the equalizer in terms of his positioning looked good initially, but
he is able to get away without a scratch. And Top Esports, once again, it's just back to clearing vision, taking control over the Baron pit, and you know what? Maybe it's just killing Lehens along the way. Might just be able to do that under the turret as Lehens is alone. He's just going to be taken out. Nobody on the side of GENG can help him.
They're spread too thin. Chovy has to go bottom to deal with the waves down there. They're missing so much farm. If he's not there, he's the one who's got TP. That True Shot Barrage is a nice boon here for GENG. Some extra damage launched in, but no vision.
Oh boy, yeah, they just don't have vision. Somebody has to face check. Canyon is barely going to live. A lot of damage coming out from Chovy and from Chovy, as everybody's low here on the side of Top Esports. Another equalizer is going to hit that back line, and now Cream just flashes forward, looking to get it. And you know what? I think the wallets are just way too large here on the side of Top Esports as Cream. Jeez, man, he almost went down as well. As the snipe is going to come in, Chovy takes out Cream.
Snap of his fingers. I mean, Chovy could not have played that fight better. Point on the bottom side of the map, and GENG just not in a position to trade for Baron. They don't have vision control of the Baron pit.
Yeah, they're just way too far behind to even consider that. And, you know, I think that we saw a showcasing of what Ezreal and Sway can do if you run in a straight line at them in a small corridor in their jungle, right? I think that Top Esports are doing a good job denying vision, but they're also playing directly into all of this AoE damage. They have enough money, so it's working out as this arrow. Ooh, nice dodge from Chovy, but he might still go down as Mako's got this angle here. Let's see if he can land this ult. No, Chovy's still in a lot of trouble, and he will be going down here. Chovy a little bit too greedy up there in the top lane, and immediately he will be punished for it.
That was on a life Chovy moment there. Just so much greed. You've got to farm. You've got to get out there on the map. But unfortunately, can't dodge everything. As Pace looking for a pick.
Yeah, he's trying to do something, but the Arcane shift forward as now Lehens trying to peel for him. The cleanse comes through. The True Shot Barrage, though, is going to hit the door, as immediately we are going to lose one of our members here. Looks like Lehens will go down. Keen is split pushing in mid somehow as all of this is happening. Now he's going to be chased away by the Rumble.
And looking for a steal.
Yeah, he does have access to this pit, funnily enough, as Top Esports, not a lot of health here, but Still just tanking this one down. Canyon is going to be pushed away as he is desperate to try to get into the pit, but immediately he does get taken down. That is a Baron on 5 members of Top Esports.
Team trying to get some of that bounty gold off of this inner. He's so close to it too. Ranged minions left. I think he will get it. Meanwhile, Pays in trouble over here. Will actually be able to put the pressure on, try to stop some recalls, but he's in danger.
Pays is just, he is desperate to do anything in this game, and you see GENG playing kind of guerrilla warfare here. They're trying desperately to find whatever picks they just not working.
I mean, this game,
Top Esports get more.
This game feels so doomed, but I gotta say, GENG doing the best they can with one hand tied behind their back.
Now, well, CHOVY's dead again. Not much he can do about this as the ult is going to hit them in the face, and Mako doesn't really care. And that is another kill here for 369, who is 5-0.
It happened. I mean, the kill score is 4-20 at 26 minutes. I mean, they are practically getting Harlem globetrotted here by Top Esports, but in the last few moments, they've given it their best effort, got some bounty gold, denied the Baron twice, but ultimately it's still Top Esports. It's Canyon insect.
Canyon, he's gonna find Jackie Love. That is a massive pickoff here as the push was coming in, and they're kind of lulled into a false sense of security. Canyon's just gonna take down Jackie Love just like that, but he will be taken down himself, I think, although he will flash away, and they only get the inhibitor turret.
And not a true
All that Top has to do is just fight a regular 5v5, and they will win the game. They just got to set up very nicely here, just get some vision down into this banana brush and wait for the nice angle to engage. As now the arrow comes out, this is everything into Lahens, but their wallets are just so huge, and GENG, they just leave him to die as Lahens still alive though, is going to survive in this one as now the Sejuani ult comes out. That's not going to have any follow-up either, as now Pays over the wall, the arcane shift, as he is doing a ton into TM, but eventually should be punished. He is so low on health as Pays is desperate to do whatever he can in this team fight.
Yeah, trying to get his True Shot Barrage back, queuing this Dragon, doing it again. I mean, the health bars of Top Esports pretty low. CHOVY running out of mana very quickly here, but this is looking good for GENG.
It is kind of insane. This should be going the way of Top Esports, and in fact, they will get the Cloud Soul, and Lahens is once again tanking everything
so low.
They are very low as Pays once again trying to just E forward, trying to find whatever he can as the push is coming down in the bottom lane.
True Shot.
Top Esports will get the objective.
True Shot's back. Can he catch anybody? Oh, the angle. Ooh. Not good enough. Nearly takes Cream. Keeping his team alive so Lahens can heal back up as Top Esports using this Cloud Rift to look for a pick.
So fast. They are just sprinting at Lahens, and maybe finally they will kill this darn Leona as they finally catch Lahens by himself in his own jungle.
The trinket to spot the Baron. Here we go.
And the ult is going to be thrown into that backline. The equalizer is huge value, but Lahens once again taking everything up. He will eventually fall. Cream is unstoppable. The True Shot Barrage hits nobody.
CHOVY is doing insane damage every single time he gets a rotation of spells off. Now they're starting up this Baron.
Well, the arrow is going to sail wide, and once again, Top Esports, their turn is legendary as they are looking for any opportunity. Anybody on the side of GENG.
Remember, too, GENG have those super minions barreling down. They're on a timer here.
They're just going to run at them. The flash comes forward, and I think Top Esports finally get the fight as Pays will go down. CHOVY doesn't have any hope, any mana to do much as they only get Pays, but now they are looking to push right down the middle lane.
And they certainly should be able to end off of this. Or certainly end off of the Baron that they will now take and then walk down the mid lane as Jackie Love will also secure this scuttle. GENG, CHOVY, their main damage dealer in this one, unable to be anywhere near that pit. He's got great wave clear, and they will be able to manage the top lane. But you can see 369 is already prepping the mid wave. He hits level 18. He has a Magi's Soul Stealer built, Banshee's Veil. The man is safe against anything, and he's got a TP.
They have found out, and they're like, wow, Top Esports a great team. They're trying so hard to come back in this game, but it's a little bit too much. The wallets are just massively heavy as Top Esports are pushing right through the front door, right down in the bottom lane. And that is going to be the third inhibitor going down. As once again here with 2 minutes of Baron buff, they will be looking to end this game.
Clearing the wave as quickly as they can. 369, 2 super minions coming over. Buying a ton of time as CHOVY's wave clear. That Leandri's damage ticking through, but there's just too much Top Esports here.
Yeah, there's just way too many members. The Baron buff pushing through the bottom lane. They have a full wave coming through as GENG desperate to try to clear the wave. And they're waiting on that one last Nexus turret. to try to take this game down, but it is not looking very good.
Hands is back up.
Esports.
One Hail Mary.
They're not leaving. So I think eventually they will take down this Nexus turret, but a lot of respect being shown from
back.
Top Esports. That's the arrow. They find Canyon, and eventually this front door will come down. Top Esports, they will throw the narrative out the window, and they say, we are the better team tonight, and we will take the 2-0 over GENG.
A brick in the golden road of